Most times when I work with families, they know what they need, and it's for us to help identify that.
Made me see things clearer because they explained it at my level.
It helps you to get your voice heard and people to listen.
I didn't know the other family, but now I do, and I understand what they feel and how they're going about taking care of everything.
Manana, manana boy, hegulangal chapot, ijalaga ichemnagay, kaya kaman menine boy in barkajur, ngan ajareram kiyal.
Aloha, I'm Eladine Olivao, Child Welfare Services Branch Administrator. I'm happy to participate in EPIC's Ohana conferencing video because OCs are so important to the work we do at CWS. When a child enters CWS, the child's safety is at the forefront, but so is the well-being of the family. For a child to be separated from family is rough for everyone. So whenever a child is able to stay connected to a family in a healthy way, everyone does better. Our goal always is to keep the child connected to their family and to keep the immediate family intact. Ohana conferences help us do that.
Aloha, I'm Laurie Tochiki, Executive Director of EPIC Ohana. EPIC believes families are the foundation of our community, and their well-being is linked to the health and prosperity of the community, state, and nation. Begun in 1996, Ohana conferencing was inspired by Maori cultural traditions, Hawaii's ho'oponopono practice, Western mediation, and restorative justice practices. The common thread in all of these influences is the importance of everyone being heard, everyone having a voice, everyone being respected, and coming up with solutions together.
Ohana conferences do just that. The meetings put together family members and service providers so everyone can talk about their hopes and dreams for their children, as well as their concerns about their situation. Families know their own strengths, issues, and resources the best. In an Ohana conference, EPIC helps everyone work together to use the family's knowledge and strengths to make the best decisions. Sitting in a room or meeting over Zoom makes such a difference. Ohana conferences are a wonderful, safe space for everyone to work together on behalf of the children.
EPIC's role in an Ohana conference is to be the neutral guide of a decision-making process. While there is a set agenda, every Ohana conference is unique because we are responsive to each family's needs, strengths, and culture. For example, when we host the meetings in person, the meetings are held in the family's neighborhood. We also provide food they enjoy. And finally, when needed, we provide interpreters to ensure that everyone gets their questions answered and their voices heard. Before a meeting begins, families need to be contacted and informed. Our Ohana conferencing specialists explain the reason and purpose for the conference and listen to any concerns the family members might have.
Aloha, this is Fran at EPIC. Yes, we are going to be scheduling a conference with your social worker and your service providers. I know it's very, very frustrating. Yes, well, we're going to get all of these people in the same place so that you guys can talk about all of your concerns in the conference. I'll have the social worker reach out to you, and then I'll also follow up with you as well to go over the final list of everybody I've got confirmed. Okay, we'll be in touch. Mahalo.
There are key ingredients that are present in all Ohana conferences. If a meeting doesn't have these ingredients, it can't be called an Ohana conference. During this time of the COVID pandemic, our Ohana conferences have been held virtually. To give you a picture of what an Ohana conference is like, here's an abbreviated version of a typical virtual Ohana conference.
Welcome everyone to this Ohana conference for Kamali and baby Lani. Kamai, is there any way you or the family would like to start the meeting this morning?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being here, especially my Ohana. And we just kind of agreed to just jump into our meeting today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kamai. Robin, you're the social worker. Can you share the purpose of our meeting this morning?
Sure. We want to look at how we can reunify Kamaili and baby Lani in a safe and loving home.
Thank you. Before we look into that, we want to acknowledge Grandma, Grandpa, and Auntie who are here today. Is there any other family members who might want to be supportive to Kamai and the baby?
I just want to add, Kamaili has two sisters and a brother that really support her and Lonnie. They really love her and want the best. So yes.
Thank you, Grandma. I also want to let you know that our recorder will be taking notes during our meeting to keep track of all the things that we share.
Hi, I'm V. I'll be taking notes for use during this meeting and for the written summary. Please let me know if anything needs to be corrected.
Thank you, family and supporters. Can you share some hopes and dreams you have for Lonnie?
Well, I'll start. As Grandpa, we want Lonnie to be reunified with Kamai, and for Lonnie to grow up healthy and happy and in a stable home with family.
Yeah, I wish that for her too. I want her to be a smart, happy girl who's full of possibilities.
And I really want her to be with me again, and I wanted to know that she's loved and she has a big Ohana that supports her and that she belongs to.
And I want Lani to be with her family and to have a safe and stable childhood.
I want Lani to grow up into who she's meant to be, who she wants to be.
I'd like for Lani to have a sober mom who could really be there for her, for both of them to have a deep, loving bond that lasts a lifetime.
Thank you all. Now we want to look at family strengths. What are they?
We have a really strong family that are close and we're very bonded. So we support each other whenever needed.
Yeah, and to continue with that, we really have a strong connection to our Hawaiian culture, and we go through rough patches, but we can find our way back to balance and to each other.
Yeah, and we're hard workers. We don't back down when times get tough, and we really step up, which is what we want to do now.
I think one of your biggest strengths for your family is that you all are here supporting Lani and Kamaili.
When I was asked to open up the meeting, I had a little hesitation because I really didn't know what to expect. Even though we seen the itinerary, I knew what we were going to go over.
Dia rala kabangain kabala koi lagayan paya and what yakaman menine wen indukun palak purum kalamang lagayan ayo.
I felt really a sense of important part of everybody's life because not everybody is included in everything.
We all had a turn in talking, so it was a very safe feeling.
When we talked about the hopes and dreams of the child, it impacted everyone there in the meeting. We were all there for the same purpose for that one child. So it made things a lot more relaxing.
When they was talking about my strengths, I felt more respected and safer and responsible.
I felt relieved. I felt good. I felt tough about my kids, and knowing that I'd be moving forward.
I was skeptical and I shut my doors. Like I was just observing everybody, and they started to go on, and then I started to feel comfortable because they were relating with what I'm going through and others. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Open up. And I did. And I'm glad I did. Because the response that I got back, the support I got back, overwhelming. I'm getting chicken skin.
For sharing their hopes and dreams with the families, it really kind of paints a picture for them and put this gently in their hands, saying like, this is what you can do You know, this whole Ohana conference can help you reach these goals and dreams.
It really focuses where we're going with the Ohana conference, and it's all about the children and what we want. And it takes the focus away from the parents' bad, whatever they did. And it makes a much more positive start to the conference.
During this part of the Ohana conference, concerns are openly discussed, legal timelines are clarified, and a plan of action is created so everyone is clear on available supports and what needs to be done.
Okay, let's hear about Lonnie. Kamai, can you tell us how Lonnie's doing?
She's so cute. She's eating well. She gained a lot of weight. And I see her 2 times a week by Zoom, and she just smiles at me and she coos. I miss her.
GAL John, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, Lonnie's doing really well in her foster home. She's up to date on all of her shots and no concerns about her development. She's really a happy baby.
Robin, can you tell us what the concerns are that need to be addressed?
So the concerns that we want to address at Child Welfare for Lonnie and Kamaili are that mom and baby both tested positive for meth at the time of Lonnie's birth, and Kamaili disclosed some history of domestic violence. So we want to make sure that we address both of those issues so that we can help them provide a safe and stable home when baby's reunified to Kamaili.
Kamai and family, do you have any concerns?
I do. I really want Lonnie to be with family. I don't want somebody else raising her. And because of this pandemic, I only get visits by Zoom, which is not, I'm worried about bonding with her. She's really young. So that's my concerns.
I'm concerned she's not with family, and we would really want her with us.
Yeah, no kidding. Me too. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. As Robin said earlier, the goal is for Lonnie to be reunified with mom. So let's look at how that can happen.
So I've been working with Kamai in an outpatient treatment program, and she's doing well. Since giving birth, she's been in a domestic violence shelter where she had struggles at first, but she's back on track and doing good. After she completes her current program, I do recommend her to enter a residential treatment program that will allow her and Lonnie to live together and create that bond.
That's a great plan. I'm in favor of that recommendation. The court wants Lonnie to either be reunified with Kamaili or in a permanent placement within a year. The residential treatment program could be a good step in that direction. Kamaili, how does that sound to you?
Sounds really good, except that I really want to get out of this shelter as soon as possible. I relapsed here with another resident, so I really do have triggers here, and it's really hard for me to stay here.
You could come stay with me. If it could be made safe from Lonnie's dad, I'm fine with you coming to stay with me.
Yeah, Kamai, you can get a restraining order that would order your boyfriend to stay away from you.
Okay, the dad will be also having an Ohana conference to look at services and anger management classes for him.
I'd just like to add that both my husband and I would like to have baby placed with us, with family.
We can definitely look into that. I understand you both work a lot, so maybe extended family can help out with babysitting. And if this works out and reunification doesn't happen with Kamaili, then we can look at you and Grandpa as permanent placement for baby, if that has to be the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ohana conference was very helpful. I mean, they addressed everything, brought everything on the table, along with my concerns and how it affected me and my biological grandchildren.
The Ohana conference made us realize a lot. I mean, without that, we couldn't get our voices out. So the Ohana conference helped us a lot. It felt very important. I felt whatever I felt mattered. Whatever I needed to say was heard.
I felt like our voice mattered too. Only when the Ohana conference came in, like they would help us to have our voice heard.
We all got to say what we felt. We also shared a lot of tears and laughter. So that's kind of like, it helped bring us together. But our main goal was still just talking about the child and bringing her together to a stable life.
Manana, manana pues, egun langal chapot, ijalaga ichemagi, kaya akaman menine boy in barkajur, ngan ajaram kiyal.
Most times when I work with families, they know what they need, and it's for us to help identify that. And when we work together with the families, we can help them see where to start, how we're going to move forward together, and what we need to do. So looking at each of the strengths kind of empowers them.
Kind of gives an outlet for that, for that any animosity or nervousness or edginess, because they're talking about, they're talking about positives. They're talking about, their family, what they hope for their kids, their strengths, and it's not just dwelling on the negative, it's starting off with those positive things.
And when they see that, it really helps DHS build rapport with the family because, they see that we're not there just to criticize them, but we're there to help them and to kind of work off of their strengths.
An absolute must in all Ohana conferences is private family time. Throughout the meeting, a recorder has been taking notes, and these are shared with the family. The family then has time on its own, apart from the service providers, to talk about how they want to address the situation. After their private family time, they come back and share their ideas with the team.
Welcome back, family. Have you thought about what you like to have happen going forward?
Yeah, we talked, and I really don't like being separated from my baby, and I really want to work hard on my sobriety. It's hard to be here at the shelter, and I would love to live with my sister Kale, and I really want to get into residential treatment as soon as possible.
Yeah, and as a family, we talked about having Lonnie come live with us, and our 2 daughters and son live nearby, so they can pitch in and help, and we think that between all of us, we can give her a good, safe, comfortable place to live, and it'll be great for her and the kids.
So Kamai, it's early on in your treatment right now, but I do see your how committed you are in turning your life around. I support you living with Kale, but I do want you to work out, or for us to work out a treatment schedule, and I'd like to make sure that you have a lot of support in place, and I definitely want you to have a restraining order as well.
Sounds like a great plan. I can support with a bus pass, Komeli, getting you back and forth to treatment. And Grandma and Grandpa, I can reach out to you after this conference regarding placement for baby.
Yeah, right on. Perfect.
And I need to meet with you too, Kamai. I have a report coming up, so I want to see how you're doing and get some facts. So set that up.
Thank you, everybody. It looks like we have a plan. So V, can you tell us what we discussed as our next steps in moving forward?
Sure. It looks like Kamai will be continue with treatment, and then she'll go and live with Kale until she completes her current program, and then she'll go to residential treatment with Lonnie. Robin will look into having Lonnie placed with her grandparents. Shotzi will work with Kamai on treatment schedule and getting a restraining order. John will meet with Kamai and the family, and then I'll be preparing the summary and have it sent out to everyone.
Thank you, V. We're going to be having a meeting in about 4 months to talk about how the case is going and to look at what's going to be happening in the future.
Great.
Thank you, everybody, for being here for me and for Lonnie. I feel so much better that we have a plan going.
The Ohana conference made a difference in not only in my life, but everyone involved. We got to understand more what's going on, and we got a lot of the questions answered.
I would say if you're asking to be in an Ohana conference, it's a really good thing. I think you really should try it. It helps you to get your voice heard and people to listen.
It made a difference in my life because I like how they write down everything, they mail it to you, they make sure everything is professionally done,
It made me see things clearer because they explained it at my level.
And going through the Ohana conference helps you work for that child because it helped us get together. I didn't know the other family, but now I do, and I understand what they feel and how they're going about taking care of everything.
Ano tagay karangayar lamana ka ngay chuan gar good mother aga Ohana conference idom kamalelegi kan parenting yum kamalelegi kan elang menuko yar jan nalele kagi imi ganana boyren cho ini poela banchi bang imergun lang chapo adako chej pogi jenir information ko chenun malele kagi.
Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to all the family members and providers who participated in it. We appreciate the partnership of Child Welfare Services and Casey Family Programs. We hope this video has answered some of your questions about Ohana conferences. For families, if you're offered an opportunity to participate in an Ohana conference, we hope this film inspires you to join in and use your voice to support your family. Anyone involved in a Child Welfare Services case can request an Ohana conference. Just know we are here to provide that safe, neutral space where vital discussions and collaborative plans can be made. Mahalo.